Are the centers of excellence for this surgery primarily in New York?
No, one of the top-rated surgeons is in Arizona. There's another one in Trinidad, Colorado. There is also, those are the only two that are doing the top work in the United States.
What about,
right now.
isn't it overseas too? And,
Overseas in Bangkok, you can do, in Thailand, Bangkok, you can,
There's
get
two
your,
famous surgeons in
you
Canada
can get your
as well.
surgery. There's Dr. San Guangkunaporn, there's Dr. Preacher, who's performed the most SRS than anyone in the world, but you're dealing with a total different aesthetic. You're going there, the aftercare is phenomenal from what I understand, but that type of surgery, I think I'd like to be a little closer to home if something goes wrong. Because there's risks involved. I mean, it isn't major surgery. It's not having a pair of breast implants. I mean, you're taking something that gives you pleasure and you're praying that it will continue to give you pleasure. And that's a chance you have to take, and some people are not that lucky.
Yeah, it's a very wide scenario. Whether people choose to go through the SRS. Yes.
At what point can you petition the state to change the legal identity from male to female, from male to female? Is there a...
Well, the laws have just changed.
What's the question?
Legally changing your gender?
Yes.
The question.
Do you petition the state after the operation, pre, or anytime you want?
After.
Yeah, I mean, for me, the doctor wrote an affidavit, and I hired a lawyer just because I didn't want to. Well, I was being lazy, so I was just like, take care of it. But yeah, you just kind of, and I'm still going through that because I'm actually working with a group that deals with gay, lesbian, transgender community about dealing with those issues. They're working on the case because when I came into the country and I got citizenship as an American citizen, I was naturalized as a male. And having gone through my surgery, now I want it to be, I mean, not that, I'm going to deny where I came from, well, I guess not, I can't anymore. They're working through having to change that, but it's a long process. It's been, I think, I call her almost every other week, every month, and now I've actually I'm calling her like once every 2 months now, because it's literally sitting on somebody's table, somebody's desk, and nothing is happening. It's been, I would say, 4 years, and we've been working together for like 4 years now trying to, I was so gung-ho about like getting the surgery and taking care of all the paperwork, and it's been 4 years and it's not settled yet.
Is that because you're out of the? Is that because you came from out of the country? Because me as a citizen, I had absolutely no problem.
Yeah, I mean,
changing it. I had my letters. I went to the passport office. They took my letters and changed it. But your birth certificate, what they do is they just put a line through mail. Yeah, that's what they do. They put a line through mail and they do not put a gender. Which is very odd because if you have to present it, it's like, but I mean, now I have the passport, but when you have your birth certificate, there's a line.
Every state's different.
Yeah, it's a state issue, actually.
It is a state issue.
Yeah, because New Jersey, you can literally get a change.
Really? Yeah. And it's not always contingent upon surgery. Depending on the state, some states require proof of SRS to change things, and other states do not. It really do. It's a state issue.
This is a question maybe more for the filmmakers, but most of the people that you decided to document have already been transitioned for a couple of years or so. Was there a reason, or did it just turn out that way that you decided not to document some of these like transitioning or thinking about transitioning?
That's a great question.
I feel that there are a lot of shows out there that are showing that, and that are showing like grown men with families already transitioning, and
hey, watch it.
You weren't grown when you were transitioning.
I'm sorry, I didn't.
But there's a lot of shows like that already, and you don't see shows like like this one, where there's girls that are transitioned more or less already. So I think people don't want to see that. There are too many of those shows already.
Yeah, our thing was, no one was quite showing what it was to live as a transgender, transsexual, whatever the term we use, as a trans person. What it means for the day-to-day, what we go through, what everyone on this table goes through day to day. And we thought that was really, really important, to show like, okay, we've transitioned, we're living as women. What happens? I mean, you accept me, but the cast members are living as women. And
I knew it.
What happens then? What happens then? So.
I also, there's so often we see the plastic surgery before and after shows, or we see the 2020 segment on transition. There's so much focus, and obviously some of the questions here have highlight that there's so much focus on the transition. What about afterwards? What about, it's not just about hormones and surgery, it's about a life. It's about living your life. Ultimately, I know for me, and maybe I'll speak for myself, this is about my life. This isn't just not just about, I don't wake up every morning and think about like what surgery I've had or need to have or whatever. It's living, it's loving, it's work, it's passion, and that's really what I think this is about.
It's also like any other woman. You get up in the morning, you take a shower, you do your hair, you put your eyeliner on, and you go about your day. And
but women don't have to face discrimination.
No, I understand it. No, I understand it, but also that there's a way of handling it, and there's a way of who you are, and how you handle yourself, and how you carry yourself. If you carry yourself with, oh, I've got a secret, oh, don't look at me, oh, you're gonna get that. Okay, if you walk down the street like, here I am, this is what I am, and that's it. I feel this just works for me. Pretty much you're left alone when they say, oh my God, that's a man. Oh, yeah, well, like, who cares? And boring, next subject. It's like, okay, enough. I'm not going to sit there and justify who I am to every stranger on the street. But I'm hoping, through this kind of venue, that we won't have to do that, because we shouldn't have to do that. I shouldn't, nobody asks you why you make your hair blonde, or why, well, maybe some people do, but there's questions that are asked that really have nothing to do with society and who you play in society. I own a salon, I manage a salon. We all do different things in this world, and what you contribute as a male, as a female, it's really genderless. It has to do with who you are and how you're treated and how you treat yourself. Because that's where it starts first. People aren't going to pick on you if you're not pickable. Okay, it's that simple. When somebody says something in you in the street, if you answer with "fuck you," then what happens is you're making that happen. Okay, if you basically turn around and smile, that's all they can do is smile back. Okay, but it's up to us to teach people that that's what you have to do. Okay, when I want to wear a high heel and my tits hanging out, not really. Something tight and sexy, it's because I want to feel sexy. Okay, like any other woman. When I want to wear a t-shirt and sneakers, which is rare, okay, and go from A to Z, it's because I need to go from A to Z and get my food shopping done like any other person. And that's it. And that's the bottom line. The fact that we have to do this, I'm saddened by. A little bit. In our society, in our world. Okay, but we're all friends. We all know each other. We all love each other. We all become each other's family. Because in this world, like anything else, we enjoy classisms. Okay, and we put ourselves in, whether it's race, whether it's sexuality, whether it's money. We do this, and this is what this is about, and it's about breaking out of that. And hopefully, we're on the edge of that.
I have a lot of respect for just not only because I am transsexual, because the amount of courage, even though when you're starting your transition, you don't even realize that what you're going to go through, what you're going to see, what you're going to face, but the amount of courage that it takes to do it, and to do it right, and to work on it, it's a constant evolution, it's a constant transition. Just like we're all transitioning in different ways in our lives, it's just a different thing. My transition, like let's say you, I'm sure you're transitioning in your life to different jobs, different things, different mindset. I'm transitioning in a different way too. But I don't feel like transition is ever over. I mean, it'll never be over. I'll always evolve and change, and things will always happen. I'll always get my lips pumped more.
We have more questions.
We have more questions.
We have like, what, about 20 minutes? Back, yes.
This question is for the men.